You can make this super easy Christmas ornament in 1 hour. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, What the Beck. Today, we are making Christmas ornaments. This one has not been stiffened yet, but I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. Really easy and simple and effective snowflakes for your tree, for a garland, for whatever you want. You could even make one with like thread and put it on a Christmas card. I don't know, you do whatever you want. But yeah, so let's get into it. You can also get this pattern for free on Ravelry. It is my little gift to you for this holiday season. So if you want that, just check the description below and you get the written pattern. To make your snowflake, you will need white yarn. I'm using worsted weight, but you can use whatever weight you want in conjunction with your hook. I'm choosing to use a 4.5. So my hook is like a little bit bigger than the width of my yarn. You can choose to use smaller yarn and hook if you want. Just play with it and see what combination you like best. You also will need scissors for cutting yarn, and mine went away somewhere. A darning needle to weave in your ends, and optionally, if you don't use like metal hangers or paper clips or whatever, I just have some fun glitter yarn here that I'm going to use as a hanger for my ornament. So for round one, we're going to start off with a magic ring. You can do a chain 2 instead if you prefer, but I like magic ring because it makes the center nice and tight. And then we're going to do 12 double crochets in the magic ring. Now you can choose to chain 2 and have that count as a double crochet. You can choose to chain 3 and have that count as your double crochet. But I'm going to do a standing single crochet, and to do that I'm basically just going to do a regular single crochet into the ring and then put my hook through that little leg here and do another single crochet, and that kind of makes it the same height and width as a regular double crochet. So I've got one. I'm going to go ahead and do an additional 11 for a total of 12. You do not have to crochet as fast as I do. I am trying to get this video filmed and as short as possible so that people want to watch it, but if you crochet slow, that's totally fine. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. There's that. I'm going to pull my center to close. If you did a chain 2, then you won't have to worry about that. And now I'm going to join my row with a slip stitch. Before I do that, I'm going to catch my tail and I will be working over it. Again, you don't have to. And I like to pull my slip stitch really tight for the new row, but that's just my personal preference. So there's round 1, standing double crochet. Then we're going to chain 2 and double crochet into the same stitch that we just used, like so. Then we're going to skip the next stitch on our first row here, and we'll put a double crochet into the next stitch. We'll chain 2 and double crochet into the same stitch. And again, we skip this one, double crochet into the next, chain 2, and double crochet into the same space. And we'll repeat that around. So we skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, double crochet in the same space. Skip 1, double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet. Like so. I got one more here, so I'm going to double crochet, chain 2, double crochet, and at this point it's going to look like you have a big gap, but just remember we need to skip that final stitch. So we're going to reach over into the top of our first double crochet or chain or whatever you chose to do our slip stitch, and then again I choose to pull it tight, but you don't have to. And that's what it looks like after round 2. Now the next round is a little bit fiddly, but it's not difficult. I know you can do it, so we're gonna just take it step by step. We're gonna take our yarn and we're going to chain 6. 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're gonna skip the first chain, and into the second chain we're gonna slip stitch, and that counts as the first of 3. So I've done 1. I'm going to go into the next one, do another slip stitch 2, another one, slip stitch 3. That's the first little peek of my snowflake. And then we're going to do that exact sequence again. So we're going to chain 6, skip 1, and slip stitch in the next 3. Like so. Next, we're going to chain 4, skip 1 and slip stitch 3, 2 and 3. So now we have 3 little dangly bits, and we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, skip 1 and slip stitch 3. 1, 2 and 3. Then we'll have 4 little bits. So what we're doing next is what I call a slip stitch decrease. It's really just a little stitch to tighten everything up. So what I do is, into this second little bit from the hook, I'm going to put my hook in, and then into this one on the third little bit from the hook, I'm going to put it straight into there. So it'll look like I have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to pull through all 3 of those stitches, and you can see how that kind of tightens them together in a little bunch. Next, we're going to slip stitch 2, and you can kind of see here, we've already been into this area, so I don't go in there, I go into the next one. I do my first slip stitch and my second slip stitch, and then you might notice we're back down to where we did our very first little spike. So it's time to do another one of those, and to do that we're going to chain 4. Oops. Skip the first chain and slip stitch down the next 3. So 2 and whoops, 3. And now it's kind of awkward over here. We're going to do another one of those slip stitch decreases. So I put my hook in through the bottom of the top little spoke here, like so. And then immediately I flip it and put it into the next one right there. We end up with 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And that also brings those together nicely. Now we just need to slip stitch 2 down the little spoke of our snowflake here. And we're back to where we started. So what we're going to do is, into the top of our very first double crochet here, we're going to do a regular slip stitch. We're going to do another slip stitch into the first chain of the chain space here, and we're going to make a picot. Now, I don't think this is the original way that people do picots, but this is a way that it will work well on this pattern. We're just going to chain 2, and then we're going to just skip that first chain and slip stitch into the second. And you can see that makes a little bump there. Next, we have one more loose chain on our chain space, so we're going to go into that and do a slip stitch. And then we're going to go into the top of the next double crochet and do a slip stitch. So that's our repeat for this row. I know it's a lot, but if you just go step by step, I know you can do it. And you just repeat that all the way around. So let's do one more. We're going to chain 6. Skip the first one and slip stitch 3. Chain 6. Skip the first one and slip stitch 3. chain 4, and skip the first, slip stitch 3, so we have 3 little spikes. We're going to chain 4 again, skip the first, and slip stitch 3. We'll do our slip stitch decrease by going into the bottom of the second spike and into the bottom of the third spike, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. We'll slip stitch 2 to get back down to our first little spike that we made off this spoke. Chain 4, skip 1 and slip stitch 3. Do a slip stitch decrease by going under the big spike, under that very first spike we made on this spoke. Yarn over and pull through all 3 to pull it together, and then slip stitch 2 to get back to where we started on the row. We'll slip stitch into our double crochet, slip stitch into the first chain on the chain space, chain 2, skip 1, slip stitch into the other, and continue from there. Slip stitch into the second chain of the space, slip stitch into the double crochet, and continue making our little points of our snowflake. Now once you're done your snowflake, you will obviously need to weave in your end with your tapestry needle. And if you want to add a hanger, I would suggest just taking some yarn or thread or whatever you'd like and doubling it over, and then I would just tie this loose end into a knot like so. And then what I would use to attach this is called a lark's head knot. I'm going to choose to attach mine at the top of a spike, but you could choose to attach it at a picot. But I'm just going to take my hook and I'm going to just push it through the very top here, put my loop of thread on here and pull that through. And then I'm going to take the loop that I pulled forward, put my pinching fingers in it and grab the other side of the loop, pull that through and pull it tight. And that gives you a really nice hanging area for your decoration. And the bonus is, if you ever decide you don't like this color or you want to use a metal hook or something else, you can actually just grab the little bit down here and pull it right out and you can remove it like so. Okay, now to stiffen this, you can use spray starch or Elmer's glue. There's a lot of different methods. I wanted to use spray starch, but unfortunately I can't find the one that I swear I have in my house. So I'm going to just take my little snowflake here and I'm going to pin it into shape. This is a foam blocking mat. You can use a children's play mat, you can use a yoga mat, you can use a piece of cardboard if you want. Just be a little careful with you know, things getting stuck to it. But I cannot find my spray starch, so that being said, I'm going to be using a hairspray, and I don't know how this will come out, so I'm not going to recommend it, but if you only have hairspray and you want to try it out, go ahead. Your mileage may vary. So I'm just pinning up the ones that I think are being a little bit spicy and want them in a different shape. And then again, I have hairspray. You probably should be using spray starch, but I'm just gonna spray the heck out of this guy and let it dry. And then by the time it's dry, it should be good to hang on your tree. So that was how to make the little snowflake ornament. Mine is still drying over here. But yeah, hopefully you can make some of these. I made mine in about 50 minutes, so Let's see how fast you can make yours. You can make a lot, you can make just one. You can make them for gift exchanges, like ornament exchange type things. And yes, thank you for watching. Subscribe and like and hype because I'm a small channel and that really helps me out. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. What the hell did I do? Nope, that's wrong. Okay.